Hello, beautiful people. So, today we are talking about things to do for self care. I am actually on my way to do one of those things right now. You'll see what it is in a little bit. So, I've obviously put out a couple videos on the importance of self care and why you basically need to put you first. So often we're putting others first, our spouses, our children, our parents, our jobs. Um, we know how to put other people first. We are not selfish at all when it comes to putting other people first. However, we need to learn how to be what some people will consider selfish, a little selfish. I don't think it's selfish at all. I think that you need to put yourself first. So I want to talk to you about some things that I do for self-care and some things that you can do for self-care. Now, a lot of this is really going to be dependent on what you like, right? Because we all like different things. What may be considered relaxing to me may be stressful for you, and vice versa. So there's a ton of things that I do for self-care, and I'll give you a list of some of those things. So one of the things that I love to do that I honestly have not been prioritizing in my life lately is yoga. I have gotten so much benefit from doing yoga. I used to do it every single day, and it was just one of those things that made me feel like it was my time. I just had that 30 minutes to myself, just really doing stretching and deep breathing is all it was about. It wasn't about anything else. It was just stretching and deep breathing. That is one of the things that I need to get back to doing realistically, but that's something that I enjoy doing for self-care because for me, it's relaxing. Another thing that I love to do, which I actually do a lot of, is reading. Now, a lot of my reading that I do is for school and not necessarily just reading that I want to do, but thankfully I love what I'm doing. So the reading that I'm doing is enjoyable to me. So it's not like it's painful. So reading is another thing. It gives you the opportunity to kind of take your mind away from everything else and focus on this whole other world of existence. So for me, reading is something that's very calming, something that's very peaceful. There's a lot of research that talks about when you read every single day, at least for 15 minutes, it actually develops your brain to where you kill off bad brain cells. And so it improves your cognitive function. So there's a lot of research on that. There's a lot of research on you slowing down aging when you read. Preventing dementia and Alzheimer's. That's another thing that is out there in terms of research. So there's a lot of benefits to doing daily reading, but it's also something that I like to do for self-care. One of the other things that I do for self-care is, and again, this could be different, I like to go to Starbucks and get me a latte sometimes. Now, this is not, trying to say that one coffee place is better than the other coffee place. I just really enjoy during the fall time the pumpkin spice lattes. It's my favorite latte, and they have the coconut milk because I don't do the dairy. So I just love the pumpkin spice latte. So every now and then during that particular season, I'll go get me a latte. Now, can I make my own latte at home? Absolutely, I can. But I'm worth the $5.67 that it cost me to get me a tall latte at Starbucks. So I do that sometimes. Lately, I've been finding myself doing that more often than I normally do. But again, it's not something that I do all throughout the year. It's typically just throughout that season. So in that season, I'll find myself getting me a latte maybe every other day or something, but just for a couple months' time. So that's something that I do. It seems like it's something small, but to me, that warm, hot cup of coffee with that pumpkin spice flavor and the coconut milk, it's just soothing to me. It's relaxing to me. So I do that for myself every now and then. One of the main things that I do for self-care, and I actually did this last night, is soaking in the tub. I will literally run a full bath of all hot water. I know Everybody says I'm crazy, but I mean, you know, to each its own, right? I love hot water. And I'll put my bath salts in there, my bubble bath. Sometimes I'll light a candle, but to be honest, I like it to be pitch black, because I keep in my bathroom, I keep one of those things that you plug in the outlet that has like a little glow night light type of thing on it. So even though my bathroom is completely dark with the lights off, I can still see because I have that. And so I'll turn off all of the lights in my bathroom. Sometimes I'll put on my worship music. Sometimes I'll just have it completely quiet with nothing going on. And I will soak in the tub for like 20 minutes. Now, most of the time I get in there very, very slowly because it's mostly hot water. And then it's strange, I know, but once I step in there, I'll find that I have to add a little cold water, and it's a thing that I do. I have no idea. If the water is not hot enough, I'm not going to be able to enjoy it. So I need it all hot. I'll add a little cold if I need to once I get in there. It's just me, y'all. I know it's a little thrown off. It's okay. That's just what I like to do. So I do that. Again, that is something that's free. You can soak in a tub whenever you want, especially during the cold days. And, you know, we're approaching winter now, so it's cold outside. So I love doing that. Another thing for me that I enjoy doing, and because I'm like a nature's person where I love trees and just outside in the backyard, and like I'll go outside and get on a hammock and literally just lay on the hammock and look up at the trees and end up falling asleep and taking me like an hour nap. I love doing that. That's something that's enjoyable to me again. So some of those things are not necessarily appealing to everyone, and I get that idea is not lost on me, but that is just something that I enjoy doing. Another thing that I've started doing for self-care. Now these things are more, they kind of have like, I guess, medical aspects to it, and so you can kind of take it or leave it. This is just what I do. Again, this is not necessarily medical advice, but this is what I do. I have started going to the chiropractor, and I go get adjusted. I have them crack my neck and my back. That is something I do for self-care. That tends to relieve the tension that I carry in my shoulders. When I'm stressed, my shoulders normally feel it, and that's where my stress normally is. So I've started going to the chiropractor. I do that at least once a month. I also started doing acupuncture. That's another thing that some people may not want to do that. They get freaked out with all the needles, but it's something that's very relaxing to me. The person who I go to, she is phenomenal. She literally turns down the lights and let me lay there in silence. She tells me, Angela, put up your phone, no phone, take off your watch, none of that, nothing distracting you, and I want you to lay here for 20 minutes. I do that at least once a month. I love it. That has been actually helping with a lot of other things as well, in addition to just being done for self-care. One of the benefits I hear with that is it can help alleviate migraines, which is something that I used to suffer with a lot. So I do that. One of the main things that I do, that it does cost money, but this is something that I do for myself every single month. I do not skip a month. I actually got my husband engaged in it, and so now we do it together. He doesn't do it as often as I do, but I do it every single month. But massages, like I get a full body massage, typically an 80-minute full body massage every single month. Like, that is something that I need. Most of the time it's a deep tissue. Sometimes I add the hot stones to it, get aromatherapy and stuff added to it. That is a cost, but that is something that I make sure that I work into my budget. That is something I feel like I definitely need. Like I said, when I get stressed, I carry all of my stress here in my shoulders. And so that massage helps me so much. And typically what I do is, after I get my massage, I go home, I soak in a tub, get me a glass of red wine, and I am chill. Like, I'm good for the rest of the evening. So that is something I will not stop doing. I'm sorry. Hi, can I get a tall, hot decaf pumpkin spice latte with coconut milk, no whipped cream?
Decaf, coconut milk, no whipped cream. Okay, a tall pumpkin spice latte, decaf, coconut milk, no whipped cream.
Yep, that's it.
All right, it's gonna be $5.82.
Thank you. I was wrong, y'all. I thought it was $5.74. It's apparently $5.82. So I don't know if it went up 8 cents or if I was wrong the whole time, but apparently my latte just got a little bit more expensive, but I'm worth it and I will continue to do it. So it is okay. But so those are a few things that I do for self-care, guys. I have an exhaustive list. That is not everything, but that's a few of the medical things that I added in, and then just some simple things. So you have some free things you can do. So you have to kind of ask yourself, what brings you joy? What do you like to do? If your boss called you and told you, you know what, tomorrow take off, you don't need to come in, and you can do whatever you wanted to do that day, outside of like traveling to another state, because you know, may not have time for that. What would you do? What is the thing that would bring you joy? What is the thing that would relax you? What is something that you would feel as if it's benefiting you? Sure.
That's a cool car.
Thank you. There you go. So you have to ask yourself that. What exactly would you do for self-care? What's beneficial for you? Some people like, thank you. You too. Some people like going to the museum and watch, you know, art exhibits and stuff like that. That's something you can do. I always check this because I make sure that it's decaf and I make sure it's coconut milk, because I try my best not to do the dairy often at all, and I don't need any caffeine. I'm naturally high, so I'm good on the caffeine. So that's something you might want to do. You can go to a museum, you can go walk in a park, you can ride your bike. That's another thing you can do if you have a bike. There's a lot of different things that you can do for self-care, but it really all depends on what is something that you enjoy doing. Because like I said, what I enjoy may not be something that you enjoy. So you have to pick something that's fun for you. And don't just do this stuff like once a month. Like certain things you do once a month, like my massages. Okay, of course I'm getting that once a month, because who has the money to get a massage every single week? Like, yeah, that doesn't happen. But you know, in certain things like chiropractor and acupuncture, that may not be something that you get all the time. However, things like reading, things like yoga, things like walking in a park, things like sitting in a hammock, things like taking a quick 1-hour power nap, making you a latte or getting you a latte if you're not a coffee person. If you're a tea person, I love tea too. That's another thing. I do, but I like my tea at home. I make my tea at home. But those are things that you can do every single day. Whatever it is you decide to do, try to find at least one thing you can do for yourself every day. Even if that means laying in your bed, staring up at the ceiling for 10 uninterrupted minutes of peace and solitude. I know sometimes that's hard to even have when you have little ones running around the house or you got a lot of responsibilities. So something that you can do every single day for 10 minutes, like you're worth that 10 minutes. Do that. Whatever it is you can do that's going to be beneficial for you, try to incorporate it every single day. It's definitely something that you're going to be thankful that you did. It's going to make you feel a whole lot better, and start learning to love you, take care of you, be in a relationship with you. So I hope that helps. Y'all leave me some comments of things that y'all do for self-care. Give me some more tips. I love the things that I do, but y'all may have come up with something that is better than what I'm doing. So let me know. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I'll see you.